Event number 4 for the individuals is 100 wall ball, 100 chest to bar pull-up, 100 pistols, and then 100 single arm dumbbell snatch. Event number 4 starts with the athlete on their green starting mat. On 3, 2, 1, go, they advance to the rig where they will do 100 wall ball. 98, 99, 100. They then advance to the bar where they will do 100 chest to bar pull-ups. 98, 99, 100. From there, they advance to their station for 100 pistols. 18, 19, 20. 39, 40, 98, 99, 100. The athlete then advances to her station for the dumbbell snatch. 1, 2, 19, 20, 99, 100. Once 100 reps are completed, the athlete then advances to their red finishing mat. When both feet are on the mat, time stops.
The wall ball begins with the athlete bringing the ball to the chest and squatting below parallel. We need to see the hip pass clearly below the knee. At the top of every repetition, the ball must make contact with the target. If the athlete fails to squat below parallel, that's a no rep. If the athlete fails to make contact with the target, that's a no rep. For the wall ball to count, the ball must make contact with the face edge of the target. Hitting the bottom edge will not count. Although you don't need to catch every repetition, bouncing into the next rep will not count. Chest to bar pull-up will begin with the athlete hanging at full extension. That means the arms are straight. Every repetition will finish when the chest makes contact with the bar. We need to see contact below the collarbone for the rep to count. Any style of pull-up is acceptable as long as we see the start position and the contact at the top of every rep. The athlete may choose any grip that they like as long as they reach full extension at the bottom and make contact below the collarbone at the top. If the athlete fails to make contact with the bar at the top of the repetition, that's a no rep. If the athlete fails to come down to a fully extended position at the bottom of every repetition, that rep will not count. The athlete will begin the pistol with the hip and the knee of the working leg clearly locked out. The athlete will descend below parallel, meaning the hip is clearly below the top of the knee, and return to a fully extended position before bringing the other leg down. The athlete must start and end every repetition with their working leg clearly on the white number. If the athlete comes off the number during the repetition but manages to recover, as long as they show control back on the number, that's a good rep. If at any point during the repetition the non-working leg touches the ground, that rep won't count. If the athlete fails to reach a below parallel position, meaning the hip does not pass below the knee, that's a no rep. The athlete must reach full hip extension clearly before the non-working foot can touch the ground. That's a no rep. The knee and hip must be clearly extended before the next repetition begins. No rep. If an athlete fails a rep on one leg, they must successfully complete a repetition on that leg before alternating back to the other leg. Athletes may hold on to the non-working leg as long as that leg remains in front of the athlete's body during the repetition. After successfully completing the 20th repetition, the athlete will move forward to the next designated area. The next set of pistols will then begin, and the athlete will move forward after each successful set of 20. Each repetition of single-arm dumbbell snatch begins with both heads of the dumbbell on the white numbers. The dumbbell is then snatched overhead in one smooth motion to a locked-out position. That includes the arm, hip, and knee. The repetition finishes when both heads of the dumbbell are placed back down on the white number. If only one head touches, that's a no rep. You may use your other hand to assist, but the dumbbell must be lowered under control. Any repetition in which the dumbbell is dropped at any point during the lift is a no rep. You may choose any style of snatch to get the weight overhead, but the weight must be moved up in one smooth motion and the feet brought back together before the dumbbell is lowered. Any attempt to relift the weight from the shoulder or the hang is a no rep. If the athlete fails to clearly lock out the arm, hip, or knee, or if the dumbbell finishes in front of the athlete, that's a no rep. If the athlete stumbles during a repetition, they must move back to their designated lifting area before the weight is lowered back onto their number. You must alternate arms with every successful repetition. If you fail to complete a repetition on one arm, you must complete a repetition on that arm before switching back to the other. During the final repetition of each stage of your 100 reps, the last rep must have the dumbbell touch the floor before you advance to the next designated area. During the athlete's final repetition, they must again touch the weight to the floor before leaving the mat and heading to their finish mat. Once both feet are on the finish mat, time stops. The time cap for this event will be 25 minutes.